god of rock and roll. Are you there? It's me, Anthony. Anyway, I really want to be famous. I was wondering if maybe you could help me out with that?
No way, Yahweh, there is no God.
Oh. I'm sorry, who is this?
This is the Lord of the Underworld.
Oh, I must have the wrong number. I was trying to dial 7.
Well, I'm afraid you've dialed wrong, 'cause you've reached 666.
Wow, my mistake. But hey, since I have you on the phone, would you maybe consider becoming my manager? Or maybe you just have some advice on how to write a really big hit song. What do I do?
All you have to do is sing about me. Because the best way to sell art is with controversy. So let's all worship Satan together. It's just for business, not for pleasure. So let's all worship Satan together. It makes everyone's career so much better.
Okay, alright. I know what you're thinking. How could I ask the Prince of Darkness to be my manager? But look, all the stories you've heard about Satan, those are just rumors. You don't even know if they're true. And if Satan is really so bad, then why does he have so many nicknames? Where did those come from? He must have had at least a few friends. Oh, Lucifer, you old devil, you.
Let's all worship Satan together.
Okay, here's the thing. Even when they're not all that great, people just love songs about the devil. But even if this song becomes a really big hit, makes a lot of money, Satan will get paid most of the royalties. You know, that was the deal. But to hell with it. I'm not even worried about anything anymore. Plus, I already sold my soul to the devil, so I could get it to heaven.
Let's all worship Satan together. It's just for right now, it's not forever. Let's all worship Satan together. When it goes out of fashion, never mind whatever. Drank so much coffee today that technically I am on cocaine. I have multiple personalities, but they are all exactly the same. My psychic friend has short-term memory loss, so she remembers tomorrow like it was.
Yeah. All
You're
right.
back.
We're
You're
back.
back.
We're back.
You're in France. That's amazing.
I was in France. Yes, I was. Yes.
Did
All right,
you,
now, what is this? Now, what is this now? What are we doing here? Is this like an actual
ta-
podcast now? Is this morphed into a podcast? which
We're
is
working
fine. I
on it.
don't care.
We're working on it. We're banking episodes, and
Okay.
we put it on Twitch, and then we're trying to like, it's really about me just doing the work to cut it up and get it out there.
Right.
But I'll have
Okay.
some clips and everything. I'll work on it with you once I get my act together. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Is just
What
I figured
if
if I
you're?
just bank, I'm good. I got stuff, you know.
How many more decades on the planet before we get our acts together? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I've said that so many times. You know, when I get my act together, things are going to work out. You know, like yeah. No, that's not happening. We're not getting our acts together. Our acts are together.
Look, a painter paints, and sometimes you got to just paint, and then
That's true.
you have your gallery show when you have it, and now we're painting,
yes.
we're creating artwork, and
Speaking of that,
yes.
there's a movie called Heartbreakers. Peter Coyote and I believe a guy named Nick Mancuso and somebody else, and you should see this film if you want to see a movie about guys, friends, like male friendship, and competition, and art, and it's a fascinating film that no one knows about. I've seen it many times, and no one knows about it. It's called Heartbreakers, and it's about a guy. One guy's they're really good friends. One guy like basically is a sellout. He works for his father's business and makes a lot of money. The other guy's a struggling artist that can't make any money. He's a painter. And his friends always supporting him and giving him money and supporting him and giving him money, you know. And then one day the guy goes, "I'm sick of fucking being a struggling artist," and he goes, "You know, I'm gonna fucking really dedicate myself to my art." And he does, and he fucking takes off, right? Like he takes off and he becomes really successful.
awesome.
And it's a fascinating movie about the flip in the relationship and how that it's not just it's about a lot of things about women but it's a really interesting thing. Peter Coyote plays a struggling painter and then his career suddenly takes off when he does what he really loves and believes in and puts it out there.
It's called Heartbreakers. So there's another movie called Heartbreakers.
I know. There's another movie
it's
completely.
Two grifters.
Yes. which is the name of this podcast.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, I know. And that's the name of this podcast. Two grifters, right? That's
I mean, Gene Hackman's in it, so it can't be that bad. Yeah, I think I saw it actually. It's kind of funny.
Isn't that the one with who's the young girl in that? Isn't there a young?
I can never think of her name. She's from Charmed or something. Melissa.
Yeah, one of those girls. Like
somebody, I
haven't heard her name in a long time. But
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
And
that's a great
Sigourney
comedy
Weaver,
reference. Yeah.
And Gene Hackman and Ray Liotta.
Wow. There you go.
I mean,
not the movie I'm talking about.
Sarah Silverman, Zach Galifianakis, everybody's in that.
Zach Galifianakis is in it?
That's what it says.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sure he plays some, annoyed shop owner or something.
That is a very surprising a reference.
It's a movie.
Anyway.
Yeah. No. So, but I'm all about just banking the art because you never know. But I like the shift. I think that's funny. I like the shift because the shift in comedy when you have like regular people doing regular jobs, even when somebody buys a house and I'm like, oh man, I'm still got this apartment. I got whatever. It's like, I still see that look in their eyes that I don't have, which is this kind of like panic of adultism that I feel as comics, no matter what your financial situation is, I would not trade the other to have that kind of that adult misery. It's like I just don't, I see it and people with kids and all that stuff, and I'm just like, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good being a pirate or a gypsy or whatever it is we do.
Yeah,
I'm okay
that you want
with
to call it.
Yeah,
right.
I'm okay
now,
with
when
that.
you say the shift, what are you referring to exactly?
No, but the shift, I feel like the shift is like in me when I feel I'm comfortable with where I'm at, doing stuff or whatever. But just like what you said, the shift of the painter and the guy that's
got it.
Yeah, he's making money. So even if it's just a shift.
But he doesn't. But what happens is what happens in that movie is very interesting because it isn't that he sells out to make money. He actually paints these erotic pictures that he really but he can't get arrested. He can't get like any traction in his life, and he works at a job making money, and then he just walks away from the job, says "fuck this," and he puts all of his attention and soul into the art. And then one critic who didn't like his earlier work likes this stuff, and his fucking career takes off. So it's not a story of a guy selling out. It's actually a guy.
Oh, okay.
It's like actually a guy like really buying in.
Internet problems. I got 99 problems and the internet's one. Internet problems. You're freezing.
And works like for his father's business, but he is a struggling artist, so he's working a day job, and then he just says, "Fuck this, I'm done with it."
Yeah, you're freezing a little bit. You feel like yeah, I don't know if you have cricket.
And energy and art and friendship and everything.
Cool. You're freezing a little bit, just so you know. You're like going in and out a little bit. Yeah. It looks like a cell phone from the 90s.
I'm gonna hardwire myself.
Yeah, it looks like a cell phone from 1998.
Hold on a second. Everybody calm.
That's the service. Calm. That's the service that I feel is happening.
Yeah, all right, everybody calm down. Hold on.
Calm down.
Everybody just calm down for a moment.
You calm down. What's that microphone from? Now you can't. Now you're freezing again. Gee, good Lord. So hardwire, and I'll just
hardwired.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure this is even.
Well, you're here now. You haven't been. You've been in and out a lot, but you're still in and out. Now you're in and out again. You're just free. You have like a funny look on your face. You're just frozen. Still frozen. All right, kids, here on Twitch, this is what happens when you don't pay for the expensive internet, or you find a non-hotspot in your house that you think you can Zoom from, and sometimes that spot is not the spot. I'm assuming it's not me because I don't feel frozen. Maybe it is me. Oh, he's gone. So we're hoping that Brian will come back. There he is.
Hey. Just vamp. Sorry about that.
All right, well, let me catch up with you for a second. So you were in France. Did you go to the Olympics and stuff? Did you see all that?
Yes, we did. We did.
That's amazing. And you performed, right?
Yes, we were doing shows in a theater in the middle of Paris during the Olympics. It was really cool.
That is amazing.
It was really cool. And so it was a multi-complicated and because we were there during the Olympics, which was amazing. Like, I'd never been to France before. I'd never been to Paris. So, but what a city that is. I mean, you can feel it right away. It's like, this is why Woody Allen loves Paris. It's like New York without any of the tension.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's like this really cool place where everyone's laid back, relaxed. Lots of smoking. Don't ask me what that's about. There are a lot of people smoking. You don't see that anywhere, but everyone's smoking.
That's Europe. Yeah, they just love their cigarettes and their coffee and their espressos. Yeah, it's just
because they have national health care, so they don't need to worry. Right? That's all it's about. When you have national health care, you can smoke and do those things.
Yeah.
But I said this. I said this is a city. This is a city with a history of invasions and occupations and world dominance and being brought to heel by the Nazis and all kinds of wars and conflict and a sense of history, a long legacy unlike America, which is a very young teenage country that's very bratty and cocky and arrogant. The French are just like, whatever.
Yeah, I love the mentality. I think it's great. Now you're freezing again. Damn it. We were just getting on a roll, and now he's frozen. Frozen man.
And it's just like, it's just really laid back. And they have national health care, which imbues the civic society with a sense of security and relaxation that only that can bring. When you don't have that, it's like this constant tension. I don't know why people don't talk about this, but it's such an obvious thing.
Well, it's funny. I was in Vegas, and it was our anniversary. We went out there for a couple of days, watched some rock shows and stuff. Had a great time, and then we're leaving, and somebody was in the elevator, this guy, whatever, we're having all our luggage, and then he just looked at us like, "Oh, are you guys going back to California?" And I was just like, I go, what about us says California, that we're happy, tan, and have rights? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what does that
makes
mean?
it? Yeah. And he's probably from like Alabama trying to like shit on LA. And I'm just like, dude, that's like, have you really looked around where you're from?
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. But the reason I said that is like LA is like, we all have healthcare. It's like you get fined if you don't have it. So it's like they really go out of their way to like make sure we all have healthcare. And it is what I like about LA, is that there is that thing that, they take care of each other kind of mentality with that. So, I think it is nice, just to have affordable healthcare is a big deal out here. And when you have
provided for by the government, paid for by your tax dollars, taken for granted that that's normal, and just baked into the system without a second thought or political debate about the efficacy of it, which to me is like, it's so obvious that that's something that the tax on a society and the tension that engenders by not having something like that causes this constant riff of breathtaking competition, fear, and desperation that just is it takes such a toll on the psyche of any society. And I hate this whole, and I understand the whole argument. I'm not an idiot. Like, I go, well, why should I pay for, because it actually helps you. Like that's the thing. Like, now, of course, people are going to go, well, no, I don't want to pay for that. Well, I don't want to pay for the Iraq War. I don't want to pay for a lot of shit that I got to get taxed for. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't sign off on that. Okay. Why is that the only thing? I love when the military just gets a free pass from everybody, no matter what the military wants. They just get, and people just go, well, you got to pay for the military. You got to pay for the pension. You don't need all of this shit. But
you don't need as much. No, it's funny you say that. I got a call from my brother, and it's saying how great Trump's going to be and everything. And it's like, and I was just like, I stopped him. I said, dude, you live in a van and you just got your EBT card. He's trying to eliminate you. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like...
No, but that's the whole appeal. It's like, the appeal is that he's trying to destroy, like I don't even know, like where the fuck is my phone? Hang on a second. Oh, here it is. The whole appeal, I mean, it's silly. It's like, I guess not the whole appeal, but the appeal of Trump is an emotional one. It's not based on like, oh, that makes sense what you're saying. Wow, it's just visceral. It really is.
Yeah, well,
it's visceral sense.
And it's like a snippet. Like they'll hear a snippet of something like, well, he's not going to tax tip dollars or something, and then he'll go off on that, and I'm just like, dude, it's like you live in a van. Yeah. Like, let me do the talking.
Right.
Let me talk here.
Yeah. You're living in a van.
Van down by the river. All right, you're that. You really are that guy.
Is he actually living in a van?
Yes,
guy?
He's living in a van. He's living in a van. I don't know if it's by a river. I think it's behind a 7-Eleven.
Does he have health care?
I mean, he does. He does, actually, because we're Choctaw.
Thanks to Obama.
No, well, thanks to the tribe of the Choctaw Nation. So he has to go to Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right.
He has to go to Oklahoma, and he can get free health care. And so he does that. And so
but isn't that socialism?
Well, I mean, every tribe is based off of that, I guess, or every.
No, but that's government-provided health care. That's socialism.
Yeah. I mean, technically, we call it a tribe, but you can call it socialism. That's fine.
Well, I know, but who's paying it? Isn't it the taxpayers? It's not.
No, it's the nation. It's the Choctaw Nation.
So they don't. Okay, so that's not. But who? But somebody in the tribe is paying for it. Somebody's paying for a doctor.
I mean, maybe a casino's paying for it. I don't know. Maybe that's what's happening. Yeah. We're getting healthcare one slot machine at a time. I think that's how it works.
You Native Americans, you've had a free ride for too long in this country. Can I just say that? Right? You guys have had such an easy ride, and
you immigrants made it so easy.
That's right.
We were fine with our corn and our loincloths, and then you guys just came and gave us syphilis and technology.
You're free to navigate in those waters because you can pass. You you get all
Especially
the
in the
benefits of
summer, I
being
get a little
Chippewa.
tan. I get a little tan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
It works.
exactly.
It works.
Exactly.
In the winter, nobody believes me, but in the summer,
By the
I
way,
can pull
you're the
it off.
first person. You're the first person from the with a legitimate Native American heritage that I ever spoke to, chiming in about the the Redskins, and the thing name,
Yes.
which I always took for granted from the comic perspective.
Yes.
That if you talk to people on reservations, they have bigger fish to fry with alcoholism and all kinds of alienation and issues that they've been dealing with from ancestral trauma. That they don't care about the Redskins name. Like there's
a lot do,
yeah.
a lot do, and you've seen
Okay.
snippets of people who may not, and because
Right.
of the Washington Redskins, because that's somebody's image and all that stuff. I get all that, but
Yeah.
like I said before, it's like it's to me, it's just you don't do it with other races. I'm not offended by it if everybody's doing it. If there's the Baltimore Blackies and all that stuff, if everybody has their,
Well,
if
I mean, you could make
everybody,
you could make the argument the Vikings. You know what I mean? Like
who
they're the
are
Vikings. They're the Minnesota Vikings. I mean,
okay? How
that's
many
a group.
Vikings? How many Vikings still exist? How many Vikings are running around
Okay.
and embracing their heritage with their horns? Yeah, they are. They're storming the Capitol. That's like there's
Right.
not a Viking movement of people. There's not a Viking in Congress. There's not
No, don't get me
these
wrong.
are real
Don't get me wrong.
people. These are
I'm
native
quite aware.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
But you
quite
can't compare it to
aware.
Vikings. You can't compare it to Vikings.
Well, it was the best I could do, Dustin. You had me cornered, right? I got to come up with something, right? You know what I mean? You can't stick.
No,
You can't stick a comic in a corner without coming up with. I got that. I thought I came up with a real good one too. Or that. What about Vikings? And then you fucking kneecapped me on the Viking thing. How many Vikings are around?
There's
I
not
don't
the
know.
Vikings
Leave me alone.
living on a government land that was stolen from them. Like it's not, it's just a different
How do
situation.
you know? Right?
I
Did
know.
you see the guy? Yeah.
No,
Did you
but
see the guy?
I've been to Sweden and Norway and where I guess they all come from, and I didn't see one dude with horns and braids walking around. But
Well,
you go to a reservation, you'll see natives that look like Indians that
right.
Indians that you think of, and I still
Well,
say
okay. I guess we could do a deep dive on whether or not there is an intrinsic harm that comes with, and this is obviously white myopia, coming from the perspective of like, well, what's the big deal? What does that actually do? Don't you have bigger fish to fry than to worry about the Washington Redskins? What is that? Now, I understand the whole, because Chris Rock did this joke when he was 19, that's like the New York N-words, like, he did that joke, and I remember thinking that, oh, that's interesting, I hadn't thought of that at the time. But it's like, or the Jews or whatever you want to say, that's like a group. Redskins being, I guess, the go-to representation of that being
okay.
Insult,
Are you an alcoholic?
No, my grandfather.
But you're Irish, right? You're Irish, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
of course. You sure you're not? Because that's how we see you, right? Isn't
Right.
that how people just sum you up? That you're just some like
I might start after this show. I might this may finally turn me into one.
It's about like people just assuming things about you, and it's about the youth. It's about little kids coming up thinking that they're cartoon characters because they're mascots instead of just eliminating it just for the sake of the youth. I understand there's a lot of natives that aren't offended by it, but I also feel it's about the youth and people coming up and like seeing themselves on, displayed as, Crazy Horse, malt liquor, and football teams and all that. It's just the fact that you don't do it with other, races, and the fact that it's just leave it alone. Like we don't even have a national holiday. There's not even one bank holiday for the Native Americans. Not one.
Right.
They try to, you know what they try to do? Try to give us like Columbus Day. Yeah. Piss off the Italians. That's a good idea.
Funny. That was really funny.
That's what they want to do. They want to take that day from a guy that took from us. No, that's not how. Give us our own day. The Italians are going to celebrate that till the end of time. Let them have it. Give us a new one. Give us a bank holiday. Give us a bank holiday. Right. Not
we're
one.
We're running out of holidays. Is the problem? We're running out. We can't keep giving them away.
African Americans have 2 holidays, but we don't have one. And I think we deserve one. Crazy Horse Day, whatever. Just get it out there.
Well, there is a.
I wrote Obama like 12 times.
Well, there is a certain logic when you think about it from the brain of like somebody going, look, we've been celebrating the guy who slaughtered all the Indians. Why don't we really go double down on this and go full on and go, we'll take it away from Columbus and give it to the Indians. Now, of course, they didn't really think it completely through. And so we can
just piss people off. They still have Columbus Day. They still have parades. They still celebrate that day. They're just pissed them off. And then now you got people that are pro Columbus Day pissed off that they're trying to take their holiday, and it's just great. It creates more tension. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like,
all right. Well, Dustin Chafin chiming in with a perspective that is oftentimes the not heard. America.
It's heard. It's heard. You just
no. I'm not saying I don't hear it from you. That's what I've heard it from you. But a lot of people. First of all, if you had as much blood on your hands as white people do, you'd want to fucking whitewash, for lack of a better term, a lot of this shit too. You know what I mean? Like the whole history of slavery. Just think about it. The whole narrative around that. I mean. You can't process slavery for 5 seconds when you think about it. Just think about it for 8 seconds when you're out your head exploding. Like, wait a minute. If we went to Canada right now, so listen, did we go over this on an earlier podcast? But anyway, if I went to Ottawa and I just fucking walked into someone's house, go, listen, I'm going to rape your wife and I'm going to take you and you're going to work for me and I'm not going to pay you and you have no freedom. Wait, that's not right. It's like, yeah, I know. That's what slavery was. Okay. And we did it for decades, like centuries, so I understand that the idea of that. So it's a coping mechanism that people have psychologically to be able to justify barbarism by dehumanization. It's the only way that the Nazis could do what they did is like dehumanizing a group of people and seeing them as lesser than. That's the only way to do that without living.
And that is wrong. Just accept what you did. Just be respectful of the people that are still here.
Well, I didn't do it. I wasn't around. But anyway,
you were part of it. My dad's side's part of it. I'm part of the Hatfield family. And then I'm part of the Choctaw on my mom's side. So
my grandparents were in Scotland. I had nothing to do with it. Right?
All right. Well, my family brought the Klan.
Yelling freedom.
My family brought the Klan from Kentucky to Texas.
All right. Well, there you go.
So I have Klan on my dad's side. My grandfather was in the Klan on my father's side. So it's like, that's what, so I'm very sensitive to this whole thing because it's like, I understand it, because that's part of my family. But, so it's
you're a Native American Klan member.
No. Let's not make that a sound.
Hang on, the stripper's calling me. Hang on. Hello. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, let's take that sound bite back. I am not a Native American Klan member.
920 spot tonight. Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, how's that for?
Yeah. Okay.
How's that for?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Now you're blank. Now you're not working anymore. What the fuck is going on here?
I'm working on my side. You're working. I hear you and I see me. I'm not working.
Okay. Yeah. No. Now you're working. Now you're working. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like, so I have, I'm literally like, I have this horizon, settlers, bad things that happened in the 50s, whatever. Like I have that on one side of the family. And then I have, Native American grandfather I met once and it was basically an alcoholic and died on a reservation. So I have just there's nobody more American than me. I'm Hatfield and I'm Native. So it's like and we go back to the Mayflower on my dad's side. So it was Chafin's on the Mayflower. So I'm.
Hold on. Wait a second. So you conquered you killed your own people. You suffered your own. This is a lot to take in.
It's a lot to take in. I am a cowboy and an Indian. I am everything. I'm both sides to the whole thing.
And you have gone into this on stage.
I have about just kind of like being Hatfield and like.
If you're not talking about this on stage, I'm angry at you.
I have it on an album, but yeah.
I know, but how? Okay, it's on an album, but you're not doing it. But you don't do it. I
do it sometimes. Not everybody loves genocide material, but yeah, sometimes I do.
No, I know, but I mean, how? what a unique perspective to offer people from that take. No one can say that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like 7 guys that can
the
say
Klan
that.
thing usually kills a crowd, but
Yes.
the Hatfield and Mayflower thing, I can work with that. I've worked with it a few times, and
Yeah.
then it's just it's like it's hard. Like something like that is like because my go-to is like I'm a cowboy.
No, but you're too close to it to see. I know this. I know this
Yeah.
dynamic. You're too close to it. It's such a part of you that you don't even think about it in terms of like, you don't have enough distance from it to give it the artistic, like, whimsy. It really needs whimsy because it's so imbued with gravitas and seriousness that for you need whimsy and like a little bit of lightheartedness towards that. How wacky is that? Because there's injury there, there's pain there, there's like all this stuff, but you're too close to it to really get into it. It's like so.
And my approach has been kind of hacky, where it's just like I'm a cowboy and an Indian.
Right.
I start to shave, end up scalping my head. Like stupid jokes. Like
I
haven't been able to explore it probably the way I want to, but I feel like it's like. But even saying it to you, it's like it's just I've never really like thought of that phrase where it's just like of just I'm kind of the embodiment of this entire existence of America, where it's just like
and that statement right there is the basis of an HBO special.
Yeah.
Like I am the embodiment of the American experience from all angles. I'm a Klan member.
I'm an Klan member,
okay,
and I will not say that. I know, but this is a shit that gets clipped, and you're like, I'm not a Klan member.
Well, first of all, there's 87. I understand.
Okay, my grandfather was into this stuff. Apparently, quit.
Right.
It was a whole thing.
Like
became a Mason. That was easy.
Yeah, there you go. But your family tree.
Yes.
Like if you just put that on a board, okay, somewhere, you're looking at the darkest. I'm trying to think of like what that. You got to get a good joke for that, but like my family tree would look like if you put it on a wall, it would be, I'm just like I got nothing. But
no, it's like I mean it's the true account of the American history, of American.
And
history.
Why do you think I drank? You say to the audience.
Oh yeah, I mean that blood is real. I mean that's a real talk about a stereotype that's real. I mean just like with the Irish, it's like. Something shiny in a bottle of whiskey, I'm gone. Like,
right.
It's real. Yeah, no, I think this is good. I think I will be able to kind of do like morning pages on this and like really explore it and just kind of like get into the grit of what it is. Because it's like I feel like I haven't been able to embrace that as much as I should. And I know it's more as the great Vic Hindley once said, you're more interesting than your act. And so I feel that happens a lot, it's like, but it's really just about, you just don't, you don't talk it out enough to find it. And so I feel like today that the embodiment of the American experience is such a great thing to say. And then it's like, then I can kind of like try to paint it and hopefully punch it as I paint it to keep it funny.
Well, I think for you, there has to be an aggressive ownership of this, like because I think there's I don't know, I sense like there's a skittishness about certain aspects of this that you don't. They're so serious and such a level of trauma, like I said, and there's darkness there. The minute you wade in, it's like you're going to get electrocuted, but you're not because it's just you got to just come from love. You just got to come from like the other side of the trauma. And just go, you know what I'm gonna, and you can joke about it with the authority that no one else can do. And that's what's great about it. You can talk about this.
Yeah, I just it's like I said, I met my grandfather once, and I did that on an album as well, where I just talked about meeting him for the first time and what that was like. It was he drank our whiskey, tried to kill our dogs. I thought they were coyotes. It was like a whole thing, and I kind of like talked about that experience, but I never really like prefaced anything with you know, kind of like what it is what it is that my experience, like, you know, the weight of both sides. And so I think the weight of both sides is an interesting way as well. And I could get jokey about the weight on one and the weight on the other without it being so like hacky. And I can find a way to, I just, you know, I just need to find a way to do that. But I think it's good. I appreciate you pulling that out, because it's like, it's something it's always on my mind. I feel like I'm never not talking about it enough. If I do it, it's the quick jokes. It's nothing that's too, you know, of course, you know, the gigs we play too. It's like, you know, it's like 20-minute sets and shit. And so you don't find that place that they're going to let you do that, let you, you know, kind of explore.
Yeah.
So that's,
plus there's
kept me from doing it.
Yeah. Plus the pain of this, you have to attack this with an aggressive certitude that is unapologetic. Like you kind of shrink from it. You actually have to take pride in who you have become from the wreckage of that.
It could also, it could. Well, yeah, no, I love that, and also it could just become what the identity of a patriot is, and what people when they say that, or when they feel that, or when they fight and march for that. What is that? And it's just like, you know, maybe it's kind of like, you know, I am the true patriot. I am the true American. Of, you know, it's like I'm the only one in this room that's the full-blooded American all the way.
Oh my God! Do you know how powerful that is? Do you know how powerful
that is?
Only
person in this room.
I am a colonizer, and I'm the colonized. Okay. I'm the dominated, and I'm the dominator. I'm the invader and the invaded. Okay, I'm the power. I'm the hierarchical people who are. I'm the powerful and the powerless. You know, it's like you go through the thesaurus on that, and you go, I'm the Klan, and I'm the I'm the people hiding in the basement from the Klan. You know, but not that, but like I'm saying, I'm the guy who owns the lawn that they're burning the cross on. You know,
I'm generally and Crazy Horse.
Exactly. Right. Yes. Exactly. I am. That's perfect. Write that down. I am generally and I am Crazy Horse. Okay. I am General Custer and I am Sitting Bull or whatever. You know, like I'm more American. I'm so American. I'm not even I'm the most American person in this fucking room. Okay. Okay. There is no one more American than me. I am. Oh God! I almost had. I am. Give it to me. I am Manifest Destiny, and I am genocide. You know, I am genocide, and I'm reparations, and I'm genocide. You know, I want reparations for the shit that I did. Right? I want reparations for shit that I actually did. Okay. I want payback for the stuff that I've done. Okay, all right. I feel guilty about the shit that my people did to myself. You know, whatever. There's so much there.
Yeah. I think it's such a. No, I appreciate it. That's a you know, kind of an eye opener for me, because I've always struggled with this, and I never you know, I told the personal story and that about my grandfather, and that was the only.
No.
I felt like that was as real as I could get with it, and then now it's just like. But I never and then when I did preach about what it is, you know, I would just do basically. It was about comparing it to other races and what it is to be Native, and at least black people got to travel and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
No. This is core shit. This is authenticity off the charts. This is why you don't do it. That's why you don't do it. Because most people, what's magical about them, what's organic about them, what's most true about them is stuff they so take for granted, or they never even get to that, or, you know, kind of germ seed of what drives their psychology and what contributes to the makeup of who they are. So when you strip mine that, what you're going to do is you're going to bang into a resistance wall. But you just have to keep plugging away and write 80 jokes about it, and you'll defeat the resistance by repetition and just grinding, you know, because it's gonna fight you. Your truth always fights you. It's gonna fight you. It's gonna
because especially now with the climate, you know, there's such a conversation about, what America is and what real Americans are and what a true patriot is. And so I think it'll fall in line with this kind of like, shut up.
You're doing a tomahawk chop with one hand and and you're carrying a burning cross in the other, it's like that kind of, you can.
So I guess I should talk about the Klan, right? I should bring
absolutely.
Okay. All right.
How can you not? There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
At all.
No, I'm into it. No,
you didn't do it.
Yeah, I've talked about it, in the jokey sense, but never like, kind of like.
You got a headdress and a white hood in your fucking closet, in your historical closet, in your family. What do you call it? Family gym locker, not gym locker, but what do they call it with your boudoir? What do they call a big place where you wear a walk-in closet, but it's like there's a word for like a big closet. I can't remember.
Armoire.
Armoire. Right? Yeah, good one. That's kind of funny. Like I have a Klan hood. And a the fucking Klan didn't like the Indians, right? So you talk about self-loathing. You wonder why I drank. I was actually trying to burn down my own house.
I did burn down my own house.
What's that?
I did burn down my own house.
There you go. Right? Literally, you can say that. I tried to terrorize myself. I wanted myself out of town.
That's what I've flirted with, is jokes like that.
I know, but I'm saying you sprinkle.
And I like those jokes. I want those jokes.
I'm saying you actually need those jokes for the stupid people. But those are just the things you stick into the bit to keep everyone on board.
But I literally did burn my house down, so that's hilarious. So I could just be like, no, really, I did. It was.
No, I actually did. And you tell that story.
Yeah,
that's really funny. Klan hood
and what'd you say?
What do you call it?
Feathered head.
What is it? What do they call it? A feather headdress? I don't know what
I've always just said headdress, but I don't know if there's another name for it.
Yeah, what do they call the big feather thing? The sitting bull war or whatever, I tried to scalp myself.
Well, that's a joke I did. I said I start to shave and I'm just scalping my head. I get my girlfriend's gifts. I take them right back.
Right. Okay. That's those things. See, that's the great thing about those jokes are great but they are, like I said, those are the tools that you build what you really want to say. Those get the cheap laughs. You get the cheap laughs with that. And then you stick them with the fucking deep shit, and
it's like they're like those jokes are like the dipping sauce, where it's like the meat. The meat is how I'm more American than anybody in this room. My granddad was this, my granddad was that, and and then that could be interesting. And then I could probably get to how I feel, like Columbus Day. I could even do all that stuff, kind of play.
I'm redneck and I'm red skin. Okay,
I've said that.
Yeah. And so you that kind of shit where you.
But I never had the preface. That's the problem. The jokes just came off cheap, and now it's like, but with like a beginning that's like this is going to make those jokes okay, and it's not going to feel hacky because it's in this kind of realm of a real thing, and so that's what.
And I think you should come from a place of where people go, I'm an American. You want to know what American is? You want to know what you're an American? I love when these people go, I'm an American. Let me tell you something about being American. I'm way more American than you, okay? And the guy goes, well, what's your background? I was born in Texas. Let me tell you a little story, okay? And then you tell, I'm an American Indian and I'm the fucking conqueror. My grandfather was in the Klan. And my grandfather was killed by, by Custer, and my uncle was killed by Custer, and I burned down black villages my grandfather burned down black villages in the Klan. Okay, it doesn't get it. You're Swedish compared to me. Okay, like you know what I mean. Compared to me, you're Norwegian. Okay, like something like that, right? I've got genocide. Alcohol.
What's a funny European
race? I got racism, genocide, and then throw some some weirdly positive things in there, something your family, like somebody in the family accomplished, or something that and ruthless capitalism, and somebody was successful, or somebody, if there's anybody, I don't know. I got alcoholism, racism, genocide, right, in my family, right. I'm a bald eagle having sex with an American flag, okay? American flag, okay? Okay, right?
Yeah, I mean,
there you go. Yeah, it doesn't get any better.
This guy,
you know.
come on.
Right?
That's amazing.
I'm a bald, if a bald eagle had sex with an American flag on top of the Lincoln Memorial, like something like that, like on top of Lincoln Memorial, or what's the other one? On top of the Washington Monument, or the Lincoln Memorial is probably good. Yeah, that's great.
Flag.
If you say that, you know what I am? You're an American born there. I'm a bald eagle having sex with an American flag on top of the Lincoln Memorial. Okay.
Now, there is nothing better than out-Americaning people. So this is great.
Oh my God!
Like, this is
you can't. No, Dustin. No one can do this.
I know.
I'm gonna do it if you don't. I'll do it. I'll lie.
My dad was in the Klan. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than seeing comedic. That's not being mined, because I don't know how anyone could possibly get away. Johnny Yoon, or I'm trying to think of was there an American Indian comedian? I can't remember what his name.
There's a few of them. Yeah. There's they've done a little specials, and it's very much native jokes and stuff, and they're funny, but it's not. Yeah.
It's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You're an American Indian and you're a Klan member. You're and you say it, and I say own it. I'm not a Klan member. Say you are, yes, because it's in your. You talk about heritage. They're going to know what you're joking about. They're not. Yeah. You have to set it up on the beginning and say, my grandfather was in the Klan, and all that shit. You throw that into a bouillabaisse, you're going to have a fucking ridiculously accessible, mind-blowing comedic journey experience that you can share with
No, I appreciate that. That's amazing. Yeah, it's just, it's like it's called going beyond the joke, and I think that's what this is. And so it's like, but that's the thing, because I'm so used to pop, but I can bang it out with other stuff, and then just kind of because I've always wanted to say something with this particular bit or this story or whatever. It's just, it always just comes off like, just too jokey. Yeah. And so this way it has, it has the entrance it needs before it gets to the jokey.
Yeah.
It was always the entrance. I always had the jokes. I just didn't have the entrance. The beginning, the opening scene.
No, you have to set the tableau. You have to have the frame. You have to have the frame has to be strong.
It was like, it was just like, hey, I'm part Native American, and then it was like too fast, too quick, too rapid, and nothing behind it. So it's like
no, and the passion that you bring to it, directly addressing it directly to the audience, and school them.
Yeah.
In you want to talk about America? I'm going to give you a little history lesson right now. Sit down, kids. Okay, buckle your seatbelts. We're going to take a ride on the Americana Express here with Dustin Chafin. Okay,
yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
What do you that's codependency right there. Like, what do you have? How can I help? What's funny is, I had this joke. I think I told you about a while ago. I was wrestling with this. I've been trying to get this joke to work for the longest time. It's not even a joke. It's like I say, and this makes me so angry, because I think I've been trying to crack this for years, where I say to this guy's not laughing. Why is this guy not laughing? And the woman says, oh, you took him to a comedy row sitting there. You ain't gonna make me laugh, comedy boy. I paid my money. I have no intention of enjoying myself, right? And a huge laugh, whatever. It's a great little audience connector piece, Then I turned to the woman with the guy. I said, hey, you brought him to a comedy club. He's not even laughing. What's the story? And she said, he doesn't laugh. He has no sense of humor. Okay. Okay. And then there was always a line missing from this joke. The end is great. And then there was a little you and I went over this like 3 times on a previous episode, at least once, right?
Yeah.
Where we're like, what do you say? What goes there? Because the punchline is, you don't take a guy with no you don't take a guy with no arms to a petting zoo.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know he's not going to enjoy it. It makes all the animals uncomfortable. All right, the llama's like, that guy rubs me the wrong way. Okay, you know, like okay, it's all killer, and then there's two other tags, and then people get offended. A disabled child at home, and I didn't think that joke was funny. And I said, well, that's why I did it here and not at your place. Okay,
Yeah.
right. And so, and if you don't tell him, I won't. And she said, well, I just said I'm offended. I go, well, we don't say offended. You're humorously challenged. Okay. And then she goes, well, what if there were people in the audience without arms? How do you think they would react? I said, well, they wouldn't be applauding. I know that. You know, like okay, big laugh, right? So that whole run is killer. I finally figured it out. It's not even, this is how insane I am, and probably the thing that makes me great, and also limited my career, is like that I'm so obsessive about shit that I'm like, oh God, that's not gonna. And I said, the woman goes, he has no sense of humor. I said, well, if he has no sense of, if that's true, and you brought him to a comedy club, you have no sense of decency. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's that little line, that the word sense of decency, because I don't know why I didn't think of it. You have no sensitivity. You don't take a guy with no arms to a petting zoo. That coming off of the decency thing. I know it sounds so stupid, but it's like that little line was was missing for all this time, and I just blurted it out on stage. You have no sense of decency, right? And it's a chuckle. It's a chuckle line. It's not a big joke. But it sets up because. Lady, you don't pick a guy with no arms to a petting zoo, okay? Like, okay, that sets up that joke.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so.
There might be more too, of just like, you don't take a football fan to a ballet. You don't take
right.
I
have like 3 of those. You don't take a. It's like you take your blind friend to a strip club. You know, I have a deaf mute with me. Do you want to take him to a karaoke bar? You know, and I got a crippled guy. Why don't you take him to see Riverdance? You know. You know, it's a little dated reference, but you know.
Well,
anyway.
I mean, it's funny because I feel like no sense of humor is kind of like it's almost like alcoholism. It's like people feel that, like, you know, it's curable.
Yeah, no. But I love the fact that I always explore the idea that there are people with no sense of humor, but there isn't a human being on the planet who acknowledges them, who admits that they don't have one. You know, that is not something.
It's not something. I think people like. It's kind of like some people are clinically shy. Some people don't have a sense of humor. Some people are, you know, like things. There's like a thing that I think, you know, there's something about the sense of humor that people just feel one day it's going to break. Like one day he's just going to start laughing. Like, you know, and it's going to be, and like, she's put all this work in. She took him to the Book of Mormon. She took him to a comedy club. She took him to see a clown. She took him to I think it's something funny about all right, folks. Looks like we lost Brian. That happens a lot. So, we'll see if he comes back. But what I was trying... Oh, here he comes.
Hello.
You and your internet problems today.
I don't know what the story is today. You're hardwired in. And although I don't know if we're actually... Yeah, go ahead.
But I do like all the work she puts in. Like, I think there's something funny there where it's like she's tried different things to get him a sense of humor. She buys him funny cards. She takes him to a comedy club. Thing like she's putting work into it. There's something funny about like all the work. Like one day he's just gonna like start, you know, have a sense of humor. Like,
I get that
because that's what a comedy club is. It's like people people go to a comedy club. People do go to a comedy club when they don't have a sense of humor. I think to see if maybe one day this will be the day. Like I feel like they really go with like, because I see like people that need comedy clubs more than others. There's some people that are just like locked in, and then there's people that just like, I'm gonna give it another try. I'm
Right.
gonna give it one more shot
Yeah,
to
we're
see
gonna
if
give it one more shot here.
I could process humor and laugh out loud. Like there really,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
there is a thing where people like try to, because I don't think they're happy about it.
Yeah.
That they don't have a sense of humor, and so I
Yeah.
think people are always giving them shit about it. And I
Yeah.
think it's like I don't know. There's just something.
Here's something. I'll look into that. What I did. I'll explore that. What's your take on the political scene? Because when I went to France, just a quick thing. When I went to France, Trump was the president. I mean, Trump was Biden was still running.
Okay.
Trump had not been shot.
Okay.
All this and while I was gone, Trump got shot, Biden dropped out, and RFK Jr. dumped a dead bear in Central Park. Right. Right. Okay. Which I was doing some jokes on that. I didn't really have anything great, but I was like, well, what are you going to do with a dead bear? You know, like,
yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's sending it back to nature. You know what I mean? You're going to dump them in a dumpster with it seemed a logical place. Whatever.
Yeah, a rug, a jacket. You know, there's only so many things you can do.
Yeah. You're going to wear them? Like, you know what I mean? What do you want to skin the poor little cub alive and you know.
Well, actually, if you wear them, you're what's that word?
Taxidermist.
When you take somebody's culture.
Appropriating. Appropriation. You're appropriating.
Yeah, Native American.
That's kind of funny. Or no, I think it would be funnier. That's zoological appropriation, or I wish there were the right word. Would be funny. It's not that funny, but I thought it would be funny if it was animal appropriation. It's animal culture or.
Oh, I was just thinking like natives always wear like bare heads.
Right, I know. Well, that's cultural appropriation. Unless you're a Chippewa, you're not allowed to wear
you love that. You love that Chippewa tribe. That's
your
go-to.
I love the Chippewa.
That's your go-to.
That's nothing funnier than Chippewa. Okay, okay. Iroquois, Chippewa. I don't know why Chippewa doesn't have a K sound in it, but it's funny. So when I left, Biden was doddering. He bombed at the debate, and then everyone was telling him to step down, and it was depressing, and everyone was like, and then all of a sudden, it's like the craziest thing that's going on now. I can't even believe what's happening. It's too good to be true. I'm like, frankly, you know, and I was not a fan of Kamala from a political expediency perspective. I did not see her as a person. And I still don't, by the way. I'm not buying into all this hype, because I haven't really seen her being pressured, right, and questioned vociferously. I think she's really good on script. I don't think she's good on her feet, but she could surprise me. I don't know, but I've seen her press.
A dead body would be better. That's why, like,
what
a dead body would be better than Trump. Like it.
Okay, all right.
But that's the angle. That's the bar is so low. That somebody who's articulate, somebody that actually has a resume, somebody's. I want the person that's actually, you know, like, I mean, I guess Trump has been in there, but it's like, she's been in there, so she's, you know, it's like she's had on the job training. So she, you know, she
but that
knows.
Does not translate. That does not translate to the media industrial entertainment complex that elects someone.
I think it does. I think it is. I think it is translated.
Well, now Trump is in his, like, you know, the last year of Ally McBeal or the last season of Game of Thrones, where they're just rehashing the same stuff all the time. So people are just rolling their eyes and getting bored. Okay, Trump is not able to reinvent himself, and he has no integrity or values or capacity to appeal to anything other than the most base aspect of the human condition. So he's floundering. But I'm just going, if Kamala can represent herself and get under his skin at the debate and not get thrown by the cascade of World Wrestling Federation, reality TV show, Kardashian shit that he's going to be throwing her way at that thing. Then
I think her DA training, I think her, like, you know, she's going to be able to handle
We
it.
hope.
I think she will.
We hope.
I think she will.
No, because I find it very disconcerting that the press, they're shielding her from the press, and I know why they're doing it. because they're winning, they're kicking ass now. Why risk it? Okay, there's no upside to that. But I don't think that in the long run serves her best interest to allow. But you could make the argument that no, keep her shielded away, and then let her kick ass at the debate. And then it's like, okay, but we would never say that about anyone else. We would never say that about any candidate. We would never give anyone that kind of leeway and say that. Liberals especially would be like howling and going, put that person, they shouldn't be hiding. They should face the people. You know what I mean? Like, and to watch my, so-called tribe of ideological people going, give her a break. She's, let her. It's like that's racist, by the way, to not think she can handle the heat of the political thing. That's really racist, and it's sexist and it's misogynist. Sorry, I'm the guy standing up and saying I believe in Kamala. I think she can handle it, and you motherfuckers are saying, oh, this is good stress. Shut the fuck up. Let her fucking face the heat. Fuck you guys. And
I'm
fucking
sorry. Yeah, I gotta pee. I've been doing a lot of hydrating. I'll be right back.
Okay, great. Dustin Chafin, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for sharing the bottle with me. I don't need to see that, All right. Now my sidekick has left the building. Dun, 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 dun. I have 920. I didn't even know I had.
Sorry, it's we're trying to drink a gallon a day, and I went as long as I could.
Yeah,
but I think it's actually smart politics to like use her when you need her, and not make her too much in the limelight in this situation, because I feel like I think they're strategically doing it right. If she's on Fox News, if she's on Fox News debating, it's gonna be a nightmare. Like she has to.
Well, I'm not expecting that. I feel what I'm witnessing, and this is my independence, fucking ruthless independence streak that makes me not want to buy any group think mentality. Is just is that I see this and I go, oh, I know what they're doing. I know what the reason to do this is. I know it's smart politics, but I'm not interested in if you would never give the other side that kind of latitude to dodge the press, and the justifications for doing so. I understand all of them. But that's the rugby scrum of politics. Now, if you say, well, the rugby scrum of politics has become such a fucking toxic fucking dystopian wasteland that fuck norms, fuck ever meeting with the press. I don't think that our leaders should be subjected to the scrutiny of the limelight in the same way that I would have back in the day when,
I think she's going to come out. I think she's going to be playing the saxophone in Arsenio Hall with the sunglasses. I think she's going to have those moments. She is.
No, I have no doubt that
she's going to have those moments. She's going to have Jimmy Fallon stuff.
I'm saying that I think if by not taking questions, when she finally gets hit at the debate, it might be. She might not be honed in the way that she needs to be honed. Now, that's just my opinion. I think it would do her a service to be able to deal with the rugby scrum of the press now, and to prepare her for what she's going to get on the debate. Okay. But you could totally make the argument that fuck that shit. I get why they're shielding her. I get that it could hurt her in the long run. Look, we only got a few days left. Let's keep her fucking under wraps so she doesn't say something stupid. Okay, or get tripped up by the thing, which I think is racist, sexist, and misogynist. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But she's too fragile. She's a Fabergé egg. You would never give another opponent that kind of latitude, and the fact that they're doing that for her strikes me as a little bit weird frankly. And I get it from a political expediency thing. It's probably the smart move the way America is constructed today. I still don't agree with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's not going to win over the misogynist. She's not going to win over, the way certain men see women. Automatically she's going to lose those. However, just standing next to Donald Trump in this debate is going to, as soon as she is next to him, it's going to help that female vote. It's going to help the open-minded man vote. It's going to, that's going to be her strength, is watching Donald act the way he acts. And if she counters it in a way that makes him look bad, I think it will help her, because you can. I thought he looked terrible against Hillary in the sense of being a man. It was just like the fact that he would just come after her. But this feels she's a younger woman. She doesn't have the Clinton thing going on. So I feel like I don't think he's going to look good. I think he's going to keep his base, but he's not going to look good. No matter, and I think she's going to have some zingers in there. She's, with the felony stuff and the porn star stuff. I think she's going to be, I'm excited. I mean, it's like we were not excited with the Biden thing.
No,
so I feel like it's going to be, at least there's some oomph back into the race. And I feel like it's going to be, and she's what America looks like. I'm sorry, but it's a biracial person. Like that's kind of great. That's what we need.
No, I understand. No, I understand. I understand all of that, and I understand the enthusiasm.
But the shilling her and stuff, I think that's just it's like we didn't hear a lot from her. We did, but now
and I do, and I have to say that from my side, as people who have constantly, have made this point about leaders hiding, whether it be Bush or something, leaders hiding from the press. The press is the thing, and they're hiding from the people, and they're doing this. I find this 180-degree flip flop to be somewhat disconcerting, because if you have faith in America and you have faith in your candidate and their capacity to communicate, you should demonstrate that by saying she can handle it.
But not everybody's good on a podcast. You know what I mean? Not everybody's good at crowd work. Not everybody's.
That's absolutely that is absolutely true.
George Bush Senior was terrible on the mic. He was terrible. He just, it lost him in the election. He was just so bad.
I guess that's an interesting question. Is if the person isn't good at this, then you go, look, they're really good on policy. They're just not good at facing the press.
Yeah, so he ran the CIA, so he was a smart guy. He just wasn't good, and that I'm okay with that too. Where it's like somebody's not, George Bush Jr. even was just like, he was a laughing stock. But a lot of people would say he was a good president. And then Reagan, his last years of presidency was like he was talking to the moon. He didn't know what he was doing. So it's like
it's right. But this whole thing, there's certain things that I find really disturbing, like some people were saying that they should have George, Bush at the convention. They should invite him because, to give this a bipartisan kind of perspective of Sheen, because he's not a fan of Trump or whatever. And I found that to be hilariously funny, coming from the same people who called him Hitler back then. You know what I mean? He was Hitler. I remember when he was Hitler. And so let's bring Hitler in, because the guy that we used to say was Hitler, to show that to undermine the guy we now say is Hitler. It's like, guys, that is fucking bullshit. Have some integrity.
He just walks in. He brings her a painting. He's like, hey.
The liar, the guy that lied us into Iraq. You're just gonna just whitewash that. Oh, he hugged Ellen on. I don't get that at all.
Well, I don't know who said that, but Trump would cook that up as a barbecue. It's like, because he would go after Bush.
Of course.
So
I think that would harm. I think that would actually harm the Democrats, because it would just point up the insider elite kind of cabal that Trump.
I think there's so many people that don't have the thing that is for them. There's not a voice. I was, I did some voiceover work for the Lincoln Project, and this is before all the scandals and all the craziness and all the stuff that happened. But it was the idea.
What scandal? What scandal? Oh, you mean with them? Their scandals.
Their scandals.
Their
Yeah,
scandals?
with like pedophilia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was a bunch of crazy stuff. But it's like,
Yeah.
but before all that happened, the idea of it was great. And I think that's what RFK is trying to do, but he's a maniac. But I feel like the idea was like, you're a little right, but you have these kind of open views and things, and you know, and then you're not Trump. You're the Republican that's not Trump is basically was the message. And so it was just like, and I got behind it. I mean, I like John McCain. You know, I thought Romney would have been a great president. And then with all these people, so I get what, you know, I'm not on. Obviously, I vote blue, but I'm not. But I could see someone like that change it, and that's the problem with them. If they had one guy even close to any of those, they actually had him. They had it was a woman. They had her, Nikki Haley or whatever. Like they had the winner. And then they go back to Trump, and then all right. So now you have no idea what's going to happen. It's a toss up. It was a win-win. If anybody besides Trump was running, we were screwed.
But they would rather lose. They would have rather lost to Biden than won with Haley. They would actually rather like meaning that but Trump is because winning with Haley would take away the whole focus of attention of their angst. Whereas like that's a big like Trump is the embodiment of like he's this like shining unicorn in the distance that if only he was allowed to do that, life would be Shangri-La and magical Elysian fields, you know, and the evil liberals are ruining everything like that. And so it's like somebody like Haley, are you kidding me? That gives them nothing. Like are you gonna go? Yeah, you know, she's good. Like it's not about that. It's this visceral. There is a cultish aspect and an emotional catharsis that Trump provides for people.
Yeah,
that Haley ain't ever going to do, and they would rather have someone to hate like Biden, you know, that they can blame problems on and go, he's the reason why I'm not kicking ass and taking names in this industry.
He closed out he closed out that 15 comic show last night. I thought he did great. They put him on at like 11:45 and he crushed it. It's like I mean, good for him. Like he closed it strong. He did his thing. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, the JD Vance guy is that guy's hilarious. Like the whole, you know, but that's what Trump was. If Trump had like Haley or something as his VP, I mean, it would just be. Yeah,
I thought for sure he was gonna make a smart move.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna make a smart move.
And I think I really this is what I think too. I think the Democrats knew what was gonna happen, and I also feel like they waited till the Republican convention and to let them go after Biden, because it's like that way nobody's going after Kamala because they're all just, you know, this is the opponent, and then as soon as that's over, they're like, oh, by the way, it's Kamala, and then it's like, and then it's like they didn't even have that opportunity to really go in. So it's a pretty if that was the move, it's pretty genius. You know, so but I understand what you're saying. It's like if she's worthy of holding the office, she should be worthy of being transparent, talking in interviews, and being more and do all the debates. I get all that, but at the same time, this is a very dumb country, and it's like you have to be careful. Everything is a meme, everything is a clip, so it's like they just want to make sure that there's not something said that's gonna
but that said, I always have a little more of a weird optimism about America than my compadres in the liberal enclaves have had, because I always said that we elected Obama twice. We're such a racist country, we elected Obama twice, which and I'll finish this point by saying that no other like Western country, point me to a Western country that has elected like an African American leader, like America, a multicultural kind of country like us, France, or whatever. America did that, and then we elected this idiot, you know, and then we elected Trump. And so people are like, oh my God, what a racist country. Well, we're the same country we were then. Like this, and a lot of the same people voted for him that voted for them. Now wait, let me finish. I got it. And then now people are saying this country is so like racist and it's so sexist, and it's like, we didn't vote for Hillary, this country's misogynist, and now Kamala is rocketing in the polls. And so it's like, are we going to have a day of reckoning where we go, maybe America isn't this sexist, racist enclave? If she wins, which I hope she does. Like, as much as I have expressed a certain level of criticism of her for being shielded, that doesn't undercut my belief that Trump is a deeply toxic presence on the American social, political, and cultural scene. So somebody needs to stick a fork in that motherfucker finally and get him out of our collective psyches once and for all. Like it's just, and I say that. One last thing about that, and then you can speak. I like that because I've never seen a president who actively and openly speaks to America and dismisses over half of its participants in our process. That is an unforgivable, and that is a deal breaker off the charts for me. That someone is that contemptuous of this nation's, the majority of people in this nation, and only plays to this small enclave of people. And is contemptuous and hateful towards them and wants his people to hate those people. That is not acceptable on any level. So I don't care who's running. That thing can't be allowed to continue. Having that kind of toxicity in this country is very damaging for our country. So that's my main argument against Trump and why I would go, come on, like whatever happens, that needs to end. We can't have this on our plate. Anyway. What were you going to say?
No, I agreed with all of that. But listen to this. The reason that he was elected, Trump, is because Hillary said too much and wasn't shielded. And said things like deplorables and said things, and that's why they're doing this with her, because Hillary said too much. And
well, I thought Hillary, and I thought Hillary wasn't. I frankly thought Hillary was a mediocre candidate. Yes.
No, she's an amazing politician. It's just
absolutely
her campaign.
Yes,
was mediocre
campaign.
It was
mediocre
horrible
campaign,
and they didn't shield her. It wasn't strategic. They just thought it was a cakewalk because this lunatic was running, and they did not do the precautionary. So, that being said, I think that's why all this is happening with Kamala.
Absolutely, and not only that, but if you look back in the record, Hillary wanted to run against Trump. They thought he was a toxic presence that would never get elected. They actively either sent money from the DNC to the campaigns to and had stories where they trashed other candidates so that to elevate Trump's visibility, because they thought he would be easier to beat, and that this is a long running story. She tanked that campaign. She did not campaign in swing states, and she thought it would be a cakewalk, and she thought it was going to be easy. And she couldn't answer questions about her speeches to Goldman Sachs. She's been on the inside for a long time, and she could not address Trump's very smart, for lack of a better word, very smart things of bringing up where she said, these people are rich, they're the insiders, I know them, I partied with them, they sent money to me, I sent money to them to buy influence, and they accepted it. And it just made the whole thing look like a swamp that Trump was not a part of, except as a guy exploiting it for his own purposes, which made him look like an outsider and someone smart. When she said, you don't pay enough taxes, he's like, I pay the taxes that you motherfuckers say I should legally, and that's the taxes I pay. And you make the tax code so that your rich buddies can be protected just like me. I know how the system works. And it was like, oh, yeah, he's making a good point there, right? That's what Chappelle said. That's what Chappelle said about Trump. He said that's when he thought Trump might have a shot, when he said, I know how the system works because I'm a sleazy participator in it. And it was like, holy shit, okay.
Yeah, you said the key word. It's like he came off like an outsider, and but so did Bernie. And so, that's and that's what that's what I think most people wanted, was an outsider. And then Hillary just seemed like we've been there politician, all that back history is good and bad and whatever, but it's still too much of her husband's history than hers.
But yes, and if Kamala wins, how about patting America on the back? Yeah. How about saying, maybe we're not this horrible hellhole that we were. Maybe we just ran the wrong person back in 2016 who ran a shitty campaign. maybe she was the right person, but she ran a shitty campaign and she lost to that guy.
George Bush was elected twice.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, yeah,
he got
that's
us in the
true.
Iraq War, so
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
that's undeniable.
We're always hoping the youth or the next generation or something changes, but
Yeah.
I agree. Most people, I have best friends that love Trump. I mean,
Yeah.
good buddies that love Trump, and
Mhm.
I love them. I don't
Right.
hate them for this thing they have for him, but
Right.
it's like, but I think and especially as a comic, like, we travel,
Yeah.
we're interacting
Yes.
with like what America is, and half of it is that, and half of it is, like cool and liberal or whatever. But I think
Yeah.
it's just, and I don't think you should be too left or too right. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We need something. I've talked about this before, but I voted for Ralph Nader, voted for Ross Perot. Like those are the guys that spoke to me.
Yeah.
Guys that were outsiders, guys that
Yeah.
wanted to focus in on something important instead of,
Yeah.
just talking broken promises. And so,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I get what that outsider is, but Trump is not that. But
No.
he was able to come off as that, and they
Yes.
think he's that. Like his
Yes.
base thinks he's the guy that's
Thinks he's
fighting
that.
for them. And like there was some video or something, some people they were talking to some like low income people, and they were like, "Oh, he gave us $1,200," and like, actually, that
Yeah.
was a Democratic Congress. Like, people
Yeah.
don't
I know.
understand how things are and what, and that's the thing, lack of education of what people are actually doing for it. That's why I have a brother in a van who thinks Trump's the greatest thing ever. Is he shops his EBT card and tells me he can only buy cold food. They won't let him buy hot food with it. But Trump's the best. And I'm like, all right, dude. It's
and I would love to see someone blow a hole in the whole social media, Twitter, Elon Musk axis of social media being this decision maker for America, when like X especially is like a thing that 80% of America is not on. Like I find its influence is so toxic in America. This idea that like, oh, he said this on Twitter, and like, yeah, I know, and 80% of the country isn't fucking on Twitter, and people in Wisconsin aren't on fucking Twitter. Okay, like a lot of people are. Don't get me wrong, but like people. Like regular human beings are not on fucking Twitter, okay? Like I check in on Twitter. A lot of people I know check on Twitter, but it's a real small percentage of the nation that is actively get their opinion shaped by Twitter. Except the media members are all on that fucking shithole, and every story they write is based on something they saw, something they heard,
Twitter.
something they read.
I was going to say that it's so ridiculous that that's a news source now.
That's a news story. So he tweeted
yeah.
this thing, and you're like, but 80% of the country isn't paying attention to that.
Yeah.
But they are, and their friends are, so they think that's the nation. And there's this fucking bubble, this social media bubble, that I find so nauseatingly shaping of it misrepresents. Because when and I thought Kamala was, I thought she's gonna lose 53 states. Like I thought she's not popular, she's not gonna, and then all this stuff happened. I go, oh, maybe America, the mood of America, isn't what I see, because I can fall for it in this media bubble that I live in, right, on Twitter, and I read right-wing
Hey, once
shit.
Beyonce drops a song on your video, it's over, bro.
It's done, baby. It's done, baby. Yeah.
Unless Trump can get a Ted Nugent, Kid Rock duet, I think it's in the can.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun. I'm excited that it's at least there's some emotion and some feelings behind this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because the right has all the feelings of just like excitement of like, this is our guy. So it's fun to watch. I'm just we're just gonna go up in the mountains during the election up in Big Bear and just hopefully if there's an apocalypse. If the whole thing goes to shit, at least we're in the woods.
Can I just say one last thing? We'll wrap this up. But, I did ayahuasca in Peru. I think we talked about that last. Right? I told you about that, right? I did ayahuasca in Peru. I did ayahuasca.
Oh yes.
And when I was in the ayahuasca, and I'm communing with the plant and the plant God. Don't ask me why, but I said, hey, while I'm here, I got a political question. And I said, is Trump going to win re-election? Okay. And it was the weirdest thing. The whatever they call it, Aya, the god of the planet, whatever, said, no, not going to win. I said, really? Yeah, I'm not going to get realized. Don't worry about it. And I go, okay, now, and that's when the conversation ended. I didn't hear anything else. So then when all this stuff was happening and Trump was in his ascendancy and then he got shot and all that stuff, I go, Aya lied to me. The plant lied to me. And now I'm going, wait a minute, the fucking plant was telling me the truth. Maybe the plant knew something, like ayahuasca knew, right? That's really weird, and so that was one of the weirdest things. But it's not over yet.
That's beautiful. I love it. No, it's not over. I saw a guy who's predicted the last, 10 elections or something every single time. Like he's one of these analysts that gets everyone right. And he said that he feels like Biden would have won. Even if he hadn't pulled out. He said, far as the numbers, it would have been just,
really?
He said it would have been really close. But he said it would have been. He said he thinks he would have won. Who
said this?
It was like a political analyst on one of the CNNs or something. But it was like a guy that was like a legit guy that always gets it right. And he said I think he would have won. He's like, because I feel like more people don't want Trump, even though Biden is whatever. Now, what this does with Kamala, it just makes it, more enthusiastic about the party as opposed to just like, I guess we'll. Well,
if Biden would have won, then Kamala will definitely win. Yeah. I mean, there's no way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Biden looked okay. He looked great last night, and I saw that. And I saw that debate with Trump. And he came off weird. He was like sick or something. But he at least answered questions. And he at least had some like statements to that made sense. Trump was sharp and used car salesman-y, but I didn't understand any of the shit he was talking about. Whereas at least with old Joe, it's like he was getting to the stuff he's done, and he exaggerates a little bit too. And so that's the problem. But you got to fact check both of them.
Right, but the visuals of that, the visuals of the debate and the just
he was really white. I've noticed he's
unsustainable.
Tan. He's tan now. They've like put the Trump makeup on him. But all right, dude. Well, that was it was an interesting one today. I liked it. I feel like we went from Native Americans to Paris.
American, we covered a lot. Your act and my one joke.
Hey, I'm always open for more jokes.
I know that.
You want to work on some more stuff. I don't blame you. I'll give you a bonus round. I'll give you a bonus round if you want.
Yeah, give me a bonus round next time. I couldn't remember what I wanted to work on. I just shared that. All right, but I'll see you later.
Well, it was fun. Great seeing you, buddy. Well,
let's do it again.
Let's have a real conversation. I can't wait to hear about all the other stuff. All right. The Olympics. And when you talk about the Olympics, if you talk about that on stage, that you saw the Olympics. Yeah. I want to hear about all that stuff. Man boxers and all that. It'll be fun.
Yeah. That was there was a couple of weird. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, buddy. Yay. Woo.
Yeah.